And now we come to the second video game in the Wallace and Gromit series, based on the feature film The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. With the Wallace and Gromit world being expanded with some new characters, and a different story that doesn't quite follow the original film, is this game a hair-raising classic, or does it smell like rotten vegetables? Well, let's look at the story first, which is surprisingly a bit complicated to explain. After a phone call from Lady Tottington, Wallace and Gromit rush to Tottington Hall to get rid of the rabbits from her front lawn and the walled gardens. While driving to the manor, they bump into Madam Winnebago, the fortune teller, who warns the duo that terrible things will be afoot with lots of rabbits and a particularly large ravenous rabbit on the loose at night. The duo soon arrive at Tottington Hall, where they are rudely welcomed by Victor Quartermain, this time voiced by Kayvan Novak, and his hunting dog Philip. Lady Tottington, voiced by Helena Bonham Carter, soon arrives at the scene and welcomes Auntie Ps2, the duo's pest control business, and the pair soon clear the rabbits and are awarded with a card. Victor soon becomes very jealous and conducts a plan with Philip to go to Wallace and Gromit's basement to free the rabbits. When they arrive, they are just in time to witness Wallace trying out the Mind-O-Matic to brainwash the rabbits by connecting it to the bum vac. The experiment goes horribly wrong, and Gromit smashes the machine to save Wallace. While the duo are up in the house, Philip frees the rabbits and steals the Mind-O-Matic valves in the process. He and Victor use the valves to create were-creatures at night with some diabolical devices that are in some of the townsfolk's gardens and allotments. And through the rest of the game, you must help with the tasks that the townsfolk assign you with, and also try and stop the were-creatures and the were-rabbit at the night missions. Now, with this game being based on the duo's first feature film, to be honest, doesn't bear some resemblance with the movie's plot, and that is one of the weakest points in this game. Of course, the writers were trying to make their version of the movie, but what made the movie so great was because of its strong plot, great voice work, and characters. In this game, however, it just feels very confusing, as it doesn't follow a proper story. For most of the game, you're basically performing tasks for the townsfolk, which can have some boring tasks during the daytime missions. The cutscenes are the good parts of the game, but they are the only parts that manage to get across what the story was trying to say. Also, the focus in the game is not all about Wallace and Gromit, but is mainly about the other characters that set them the missions, which is one of its major downsides to the game, as it's not all about them. What was great about Project Zoo's story was that it was centred around the main characters very well, whereas here they're just there to serve the townsfolk. So, yeah, even though it doesn't focus on them that much, there are some good points in the game. The nighttime missions are what save this game from being bland to quite action-packed for a Wallace and Gromit game. The were-creatures designs are actually terrifying for a kid's game, but I love their designs as they really help to make the game's action fun and enjoyable to fight them. The voice acting is also decent for the characters. I liked how Kayvan Novak performed Victor Quartermain, as he was a great choice for the character in this game. I don't know why Ray Fiennes couldn't voice him, but Kayvan Novak was an interesting choice to voice Victor. Kayvan Novak also voiced Dino and Jurgen in Early Man, which is probably his best performance in any Arbon production. The boss level is absolutely amazing and a great way to finish the game's climax. I always look forward to getting to this level as it was just so fun. It gave the game's finale more edge and more action than the rest of the levels did. The animation has definitely improved from the last game, but it is not as stellar as the Grand Adventures animation. But the animation in this did capture the charm more than Project Zoo did. So overall, this is still a good game to play, but I just feel it's not as good as Project Zoo and Grand Adventures. Although it still kept me engaged with its decent animation, good voice acting, and amazing action fight scenes. I'm sure that Wallace and Gromit fans will love to play this game.